Yeah, I think we'll just kind of jump right into things here. How are we doing?
That last track was popping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was poppin'. Um, yeah, so do we just want to get into things?
well, my mom always says when you meet someone new, tell them who you are and where you're from. So why don't we do a couple songs and then we'll do that.
Yes.
So
So we'll hear two tracks
yeah,
and then we'll do an interview.
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure. Take it away.
The apothecary tends the bar, beachside below the tree line. You lay floating in my arms, in tepid water our skin is brine. You gaze at the cliffs up above, where the sweet seabirds return to dwell. Tepid words I am bereft of, are softly singing Belafonte's farewell.
Yep.
Like the wind that chides the area, trees at night. Oh baby, you know I got a blissful mind. Sometimes my mind, it is unkind. And blissful ties will fade away to the oblivion of memory, until the future is the only sensory. My cup is full and heady, with the brine I was bound unsteady. The bar attendant, my apothecary, devised a temperament unwary. On his face, the shadow of palm sway. What is it to us that I stumble among the flora? He said it's what you put in it. A distant band struck a bottle of horror. Like the wind that chides the Gary oak trees at night. Oh baby, you know I got a blissful mind. Sometimes my mind, it is unkind. And blissful tides will fade away to the oblivion of memory, till the future is the only sensory. Like the wind that chides the Gary oak, trees at night. In the tropics, sleepers fool and so can. But you can't dream the past away. And a Gary oak tree, always the first in the fall to drop its leaves. So there's no use in crying about a Gary oak memory.
Before we jump into the next song and Mr. Ryan Beatty changes into an acoustic guitar, I do want to acknowledge Treaty 7 that we're on here and right now. Friends and family have been gathering on this community for a very long time. They've been dancing, they've been singing, they've been crafting regalia, sharing their culture, and the culture in Treaty 7, from my understanding and experience, is very strong. So I raise my hands, I say, hey, I'm thankful for and grateful for being here on Treaty 7. This is Wayfinding. We're a band comprised of Cassia Hardy and Ryan Beatty and Matthew Cardinal. Wayfinding is from Western Canada, so-called Canada, and we're happy to be here at CJSW doing what we can do. We're playing at the Calgary Folk Festival, but I guess we can talk a bit about that later. And thanks a lot for taking the time and being such gracious hosts. Hey. And to our the sound engineers who brought us in real quick and got us set up so fast. Hey. Thank you very much.
This is called You Are Not Singing. Life simulated through the electricity of the brain, a gestalt of air and sound. And my mind is still redolent with the scent of flowers 10 years perished. Honestly, I could go on about the virile air there, but I always repeat myself and get in buried. You are not singing. It's just a Pharisaic hymn, and you keep mumbling. And the passage is empty and dim, man. But if you traded, what did you squander for the temporal crown? What tortured faces does your mind conjure when you're staring at the clouds? Banners, it's summertime on the main street of this town. Hang up those banners, it's summertime. Hang up the banners. Your community was grieving again. Said something sincere, but paltry and awkward. I was out of my mind over the word, but it was mistaken. Darkness always lives like brambles on the borderline, and the sun does never shine, and the moon is bleak and bare. It is eternal into there. You are not singing. Pharisaic hymn, and you keep mumbling. It's passing as empty and grim, man. What have you traded? What did you squander for a temporal crown? What tortured faces does your mind conjure when you're staring at the clouds? I recall that year when you were glancing over the edge. I was faded, intoxicated, hit upon by quite murky habit. And the sun grew on my talents. and my hands strummed a familiar operatic tune. I was sitting in the park, drinking alone, listening to Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands for you. And in the summer the air is thick, and in the city the streets smell like piss. But tell yourself that winter was better. One winter you had that rope under your front seat. You drove around thinking about the sweet hereafter. I don't wanna go back there.
Wayfinding here on CJSW 90.9 FM. What a treat. That was very lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that I kind of briefly introduced you guys earlier, but I figure for the sake of convenience, maybe do you want to go around and introduce yourselves and maybe what you're playing for those who aren't present?
Sure. Well, Tanse, our name is Wayfinding. The band's Wayfinding. On the guitar, on the bass, and taking care of all of us, we got Cassie Hardy here from the world-renowned, world-famous Wares Band.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you. I know I ran into the hallway earlier to come introduce myself, and Cassie was the only one around. So we've kind of already made our acquaintances for sure.
So you got stories already?
Yeah.
And way over there on the guitar, the main songwriter right here is the one and only from Himalayan Bear from Ashley Shadow, just freshly off tour with the Pink Mountaintops, Black Mountain, and freshly off the Air Canada jet. We've got Ryan Beatty all the way from Vancouver.
Amazing.
Vancouver. He's playing a beautiful Gretsch guitar that he's tuning up. Yeah. And then lastly, way in the corner there, we've got Nistim, my brother, Matthew Cardinal, playing all sorts of wizardry, including the bass guitar, and looking fine in some long hair and a red shirt. On point.
Very nice.
My name is Merrick Tyler. It's really nice to be here. Thank you.
Of course. And I was kind of curious, like, how did this project kind of come together?
Merrick and I've played music together for 15 to 18 years. And we've over the past several years talked about, because he played in my band Himalayan Bear for years, and we toured a lot and toured as the backing band for other musicians, Catherine Calder. And sorry, what's going on? And so we had sort of just talked about starting a new project that was not necessarily my exclusively band. And so we've just been kind of yammering back and forth about it for years and threatening to do it. And then COVID was kind of, it's like many COVID records. This is kind of, we just did it all through correspondence, and then it sort of realized itself. And now it's
for sure.
This is it.
So I guess in that way, it was kind of a natural progression of your kind of collaborative relationship.
But this was a very different process writing than, say, like me coming with we did a session. We work out of a studio named Balloon Factory that Dan Behar from Destroyer is gracious enough to allow us access to. That it's his place, and we did some sessions with Matthew there, and it was kind of more that was like I wrote these songs, and then we did it, and it didn't quite work, so we redid things where I would just send Merrick lyrics, and he'd write drum parts for lyric passages, and then that's how the songs sort of came together.
Amazing. And from my understanding, this is kind of your Calgary Folk Fest debut as Wayfinding, correct?
That's right.
This is our world's debut.
World
it.
debut.
Actually, what we just did was the very first time that any of these songs have been played live.
Amazing. Well, I feel very lucky and honored that you guys were on my show today. I guess I was kind of curious. Is there anyone this weekend that you guys are excited to see perform live?
Oh, that's a great question. Rolly, like Cadence Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I think that's tonight, right?
Today at 3.
Today at 3. So get down there.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Ashley Shadow.
Yeah, well, I was gonna go there. Yeah, Ashley Shadow tomorrow at what time?
I think we're 6:30.
Yeah.
I play in. That's my partner, Ashley Weber, and so I play in her band as well. 6:30, I think, main stage.
Always happy to see the local buddies, Sam Savage Smith.
Sam Savage Smith,
Yeah, right
of course.
before us
I
tomorrow.
had her on my show back in May. We had a little phone interview for Fake Nice, and she's such a treat.
Isn't she?
We were talking about whale calls for like a good portion of that interview. I love her. She's so fun.
How did that go? Like, how do you talk about whale calls?
I don't know how we came on the topic. It just happened.
Right.
Yeah,
Were you whale talking back and forth, or you just?
I think so. Yeah, I got to listen back to that interview. But yeah, she's such a treat. So definitely looking forward to that. And what about yourself, Matthew? You don't have a mic, but. Spoon. Yeah. I'm stoked for Spoon and Courtney Barnett.
Oh right.
I think that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, we saw Courtney a few times over the last years at different festivals, and like on point, just
Yeah.
and gracious and humble, and just a conduit of
Yeah.
electricity. It's awesome.
I managed to hop the pond last month to Barcelona and saw her at Primavera Sound and didn't catch her entire set, but she's a phenomenal artist.
Well,
So-
Destroyer played that one. I heard that was a really good festival.
Yeah.
Did you stay up till 2 in the morning to see the Pavement reunion?
I didn't see Pavement, and I'm sad to admit that. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of flack for that.
No, it's.
Did you just
They
admit it
played
on
at 2
air?
a.m.
I did. I'm going to get hate texts in the booth now.
It's
2 a.m.?
They played 2, or I don't know, like very late.
I think it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
How much did they play? Like how long?
I think it was like an hour, over an hour. It was their reunion set. Everyone was there for it, except for me, apparently. Regardless, moving along, I'm kind of curious, besides Folk Fest, do you have anything else lined up this summer? Whether that's touring or I'm working on new music.
Well, we got a show coming up in Edmonton back at Taste. It's called Taste of Edmonton.
Right.
It's a food truck fair, and it's actually pretty neat. Like curated wise, they've brought in a lot of locals.
Yeah.
Jesse Jams is playing right before us on Tuesday. I'm stoked to watch and appreciate Jesse Jams.
For sure. And sorry, is that next weekend
It's
or
actually it's on Tuesday.
on Tuesday?
Yeah,
So
so-
if you're in Edmonton on Tuesday, go to Taste of Calgary
Yeah, or Taste of Edmonton.
or Taste
But
of
you can-
Edmonton.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a Taste of Calgary.
I think there's some sort of food festival, but I don't know.
That's what I've got coming up, or what we've got coming up. We all have our own solo projects.
Right.
Matthew, you got anything coming up?
I got a performance piece I'm doing it at CT1 on the 30th.
Did you hear that?
A performance piece where?
A performance piece at Otsiti-wan, which is a indigenous contemporary art space in Edmonton on the 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
very nice.
that space is rad. Yeah.
Oh, my band Wares is probably overdue to come back to Calgary. Last time we were here
Yes,
was
please come
March.
back.
We played Sun Glacier's album release. Totally nice buddy night. We are lucky enough to be headed to Regina Folk Fest next month, and really happy about that. But yeah, we're overdue to come back down here for sure.
For sure. I guess to summarize that, in case that was hard to hear, Wares is overdue to tour, so hopefully they come back to Calgary and they're going to play, sorry, was it Regina Folk Fest next month? So definitely check that out. And
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
me? I just got home from like 2 months of touring, but so I'm like.
you deserve a break.
I'm looking forward to like going back to work.
What are you gonna What are you gonna do back in Vancouver? Like
Well,
hang out on the patio?
yeah, just
You know?
kind of have some bit of summertime.
Yeah.
That's nice. We're going. There's more stuff in the fall. Ashley
Yeah.
and I are going to do some European dates in the fall.
He's
know.
being humble. He's going out with Destroyer.
Oh, that's exciting. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I just
It's not a secret.
Shows with Marissa Nadler too in
wow.
August. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alrighty. I think we'll get into some more tunes here, but if you want to catch Wayfinding this weekend at Calgary Folk Fest, you guys are playing, I think, the Twilight stage tomorrow at 12:55.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing a couple sessions as well on Saturday and Sunday. So for more information, go to the Calgary Folk Fest website and, catch them a couple times. But otherwise, I'll let you guys take it away for your final song.
Yeah, I think we've just got one more to go.
Yeah. Anything you want to share before you get into the song? I should ask that.
Oh, like about the song or?
About the song or any final words? I don't know.
You have any final words? Merrick?
Yeah, Ryan, I do. It is just absolute gratefulness for CJSW and community radio for all that you do to activate community, all that you do to do this. This is a major undertaking to get this and keep this going, and as musicians, it's been a lifeline
for sure
to do this. And you hear so much new work all the time. When you're on tour, you're always looking for the community radio station. So I raise my hands to you guys.
Of course, and thank you for coming here and sharing your songs with us.
This is a song called Thomas in a Rick James Wig, and it's about my friend Thomas Shields of Canadian legendary band Run Chico Run. It's about touring. Anyways, here we go. I said I surely adore you. She said I know you tell me all the time. Then she stepped outside and closed the door. I felt an agitation in my mind. Standing alone in the hallway, through the window the sun beams on the bottle as a swig. And a thought pops into my mind real quick of Thomas in that Rick James wig. There he is as clear as day in my memory, lying on the grass in the breeze, high on acid, telling me jokes under the poplar tree. I remember it was his birthday, and though I don't recall the jokes specifically, I remember laughing at them with ease. And now I just sit at a bar, enduring a lesser occupation, feeling the sentiment of the lower echelon on a daily occasion. That great goddamn gilded age in the sun is gone, Dr. Peter is gone. Now when I'm done work, I just go home and sleep, and I do so as though a character from one of my friend David's songs. That's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. Upon hearing that, I slept out in a park, but I was caught last up at our host house long after the lights had dimmed and our house had grown dark. I figured it'd be no problem, I'll just rest and sleep later in the van. And I lay down on the freezing dew, and in the morning Thomas laughed, chided, and there was always lots of room inside for you. of prairie, pulled up in the late evening at the Apollo. Not the one you're thinking of, the one in Thunder Bay. The owner Sheila fed us pints of 50. Her mother fried up some to eat. We didn't even have a show to play, just a friendly place to stop and celebrate Nan's 30th birthday. It was most likely another night before reaching Toronto. Excited to see old friends who live there, playing at a place shaped like a boat. Matt and Thomas had this song they always ended with, and it went on and on and on and on at the end on the same note, emboldened by a few nights rest, and probably over imbibed my spirit of road. I progressed to climb onto the bass end, and as that last song played out in 4/4, I threw myself over the cymbals. The whole drum kit was heaped out on the floor. Matt and I embraced and done there laughing. I did that same thing at the end of every show for the rest of that tour. I remember Thomas in the Rick James wig. I remember Thomas in the Rick James wig. I remember Thomas in the Rick James wig. Thomas in the Rick James wig. I remember Thomas in a Rick James wig. I remember Thomas in a Rick James wig. I remember Thomas in a Rick James wig. Thomas in a Rick James wig.
Wayfinding live on 710 Split here on CJSW 90.9 FM. Again, thank you so much for sharing your songs. I wish I could come see you, but I'm working tomorrow. But if you're not working and you're available tomorrow at 12:55, go head over to the Twilight stage to catch them, and as well check out their collaborative sessions on Saturday and Sunday.
And Ashley Shadow tomorrow night.
Yes, Ashley Shadow. All right, guys, thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.